So I'm gathering the parts to build a new Lawton circuit. And while it's out of action, because I put it on 24 volts yesterday and blew it up, I thought I'd have a play with frequency sweeps. And I've got a couple of interesting little old ferrites here. That's a ferrite bobbin, the actual bobbin is ferrite, 1.4 millihenries, I think it says. The other one there has a Henry's rating on it as well, 3 millihenries. It too is a ferrite bobbin. So that's, I thought they were plastic until I looked closer. Standard arrangement with them being chokes. So that's the negative side, small choke, big choke on the positive side. A diode, I want to get faster switching diodes because I don't think they're good enough. And so plugging into the frequency kind of that we see Andrija Puharich, I think that's how you say his name. This one here is a sweep function. I'll show you the parameters of the sweep. So it's a bilogarithmic, and the top and bottom of the sweep is 200 to 3.9 K, and it's sweeping at 10 Hertz. So if you think about it, it's like every 10 seconds. Sorry, every 10 times in 1 second, the frequency goes from 200 Hertz to 3.9 and back again. So what that would look like on an oscilloscope would be a smooth line with wider pulses in the middle, and then getting finer gradient out to the edges. A nice smooth curve. But since we've got coils involved, we're going to see it step through the positive side. When the signal strength is strong enough, it'll translate to the other side and create that burst type of signal. Anyway, enough of me waffling. I'll power up the capacitor. This is running off a capacitor, and I'll line you up there so you can watch the gas come out. Okay, 3, 2, 1. This is 1.2 watts. There's the signal. And so I'm just holding power to the capacitor right now. If I let that go, the cap will drive the circuit for a second or two. There you go. On, off. On, off. So if we on, off, 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 what we see is that actually can throw some different heights into that weird looking shape, and I do believe that's affecting the gas output. Anyway, what was the other thing I wanted to show you is how am I going to do this? I need clips onto here, but I've run out of clips. There you go, I just pushed those tabs down and that let me spring load them under there. So what I'm going to do now is back out of here, and I'm going to be adjusting the height of the signal strength. And first up, I'll show you how that affects this little LED on this board here. Okay, where's that LED? Am I online with it? Why can't I see a red LED? sunlight. Anyway, there's a red LED there, and when I increase the density or the signal strength, that little red LED gets brighter. As you can see it now. I'll turn it down, and now it's getting really hard to see even with the bare eye. So that's indication of how much signal strength is going across this optocoupler and whether or not the FET is switching. So right now it's not. You can see it's down here like that, 2.8 volts. Okay, so I'm just going to start sneaking up the size of this signal. There we go, look at that. So I'll come back a bit. See how I've just got a bit of a mohawk starting, but that's above the line. So what? Because of the chokes, what will happen is when we get to a certain density, so it's starting to kick in and it's starting to kick below the line. More and more as I make the signal stronger, and now look what happens. Now we're starting to dig into the making dips into the what would that be? High side switching was what Master Ivo was talking about. I'm looking at his circuit, and I'm trying to find the actual details of the double FET switching thing. So if anyone knows where I can find that, let me know. It's really quite pumping out a lot of gas for 1.3 watts. So yeah, Stanley Meyer's not the whole story. If you look up Herman P. Anderson, and then you compare Stanley Meyer's injector to Herman's injector, it looks like Stanley nicked his ideas from Herman. And if you look at Andrija Puharich's setup, he also has a cell with resonant charging chokes either side, so it looks like when Meyer was referring to prior arts, that's what he was talking about. Anyway, that's enough from me. Thanks for watching.